All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to our Tuesday night call. It's Discover Your Next Chapter. I am so very excited for you to be here this evening. We have a very special guest. She is Erin Henley's direct upline, one of our uplines, Mandi Schroer. She is a senior executive director. She is a mom. She's a wife. She is also a $1 Million Club earner. She is a top income earner. She's an emerging founder and a legacy founder, and her story is absolutely incredible. So without further ado, I'm going to get right to it. Mandi, feel free to take it away.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Okay, awesome. I was having a little trouble when I logged in, but I think we're good now. All right. Hi, you guys. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you, Erin and Brandy, for having me on the call. This is super exciting. So I'm just going to dive right in and kind of start with my story, and then we can go from there. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I forgot to mention one thing. If you are a guest here tonight, welcome. If you could please put your name in the chat below, we will make sure to have your name entered. We have 2 draws tonight. So if you could please put your name in the chat, that would be awesome. Thanks, Mandi.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, like she said, my name is Mandi Schroers. I joined Monat a little over 6 years ago. It's crazy that it's already been that long. Time flies when you're having fun. And prior to Monat, you guys, I was working at a small community bank in my town as a receptionist, sometimes 6 days a week. And while I was always grateful to have a full-time job and, I liked the people that I worked with and things like that, there were a few things about it that I didn't love. Okay. I didn't love being stuck behind a desk from 9 to 5 every single day. I just remember looking out this huge, beautiful window, and thank goodness there was that window, right? Because I know some jobs don't have windows. I just remember looking out that window thinking like, gosh, there's got to be more out there for me. Like, this can't be it, right? So I didn't love that. I didn't love that. It didn't matter how much PTO I had built up at the end of the day, because we only had about 25 employees. If somebody else already had the day or the week off that I wanted off, there was a good chance that my vacation time didn't get approved. And I didn't love that. Don't mess with mama's vacation time is what I always say. But what I didn't love the most, and I think this is where a lot of people in corporate America can probably relate to me, is that somebody else got to determine my worth, right? It didn't matter if I came in early, stayed late, took on extra projects. At the end of the day, I was making the same amount of money day to day, week to week, month to month, all year round. And then if you're lucky, you might get a little raise, right? But then the cost of living goes up. So it's like you're really never getting ahead. And I'll never forget the day when the president of the bank came to my desk and he said, "Do you know how much money you make?" And I thought it was maybe a trick question, because who doesn't know what they make, right? And so I was like, yes, I make $15.10 an hour. You guys, he looked me in the eyes. He smiled and he shook my hand and he said, "Congratulations. Now you make $15.18." He gave me an 8-cent raise, and it was the biggest slap in the face that I had ever received in my entire life. Okay. And it was in that moment that I decided I was never, ever gonna let somebody make me, or somebody let me feel that small and that unworthy ever again in my entire life. So I went to work. All right. Luckily, I had signed up for Monat a few months prior to this, but that's when I really started digging in and learning how to do the business and use the tools and how to, grow myself personally and professionally. And I really made things happen. 1 year later, you guys, in that year, I was able to pay off all of my credit card debt, my school loans, and retire from corporate America at the age of 27, making more money than I ever could have dreamed of. And I tell you this, you guys, because I'm nobody special. Actually, if somebody should have failed in this business, it probably should have been me, because one, I have a PhD, a public high school diploma, and I didn't just drop out of college once, you guys. I actually went above and beyond, and I dropped out twice. I tried about 10 different companies before I found Monat, and I failed at every single one of those. Okay. So I want to tell you, if this is something, that you've been looking at and you've been thinking about, there is nothing to lose by jumping in and giving it a try. Okay, it doesn't matter if you've tried things like this before. I promise you, this is something different. It's the products, it's the people, it's the opportunity, and how it all just goes hand in hand and really makes this something special. So trust me, if I can succeed in this, and you're someone who's willing to put in the effort, learn how to work this business, and really give it your all, there's no reason that you can't too. So that's my story, Brandy.
Thank you so much. Would you mind if I asked you a couple of questions?
Sure.
Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you is, for any guests that are here tonight, what is something you would say to them if they're sitting here feeling like, I could come up with a whole bunch of reasons why someone may not want to jump in because one, fear, two, time, money, that kind of stuff. We've all been there. But what would you say to somebody that is just sitting there like it's tugging on them, but they just haven't taken that leap?
Yeah, I would definitely say, because I was actually that person, because I didn't know what people would think of me, right? When I joined this company, and I had already done like 10 other ones prior to this. So my biggest advice for those of you who are sitting there, but you just kind of feel like, you're not quite sure, just jump in and give it a try, because I promise you, it's going to feel better to jump in and at least give it a try than sit here and watch all these other people succeed and think a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, wow, what if I would have jumped in? What could have that done for me? Right? So it's always better to just jump in and try than sit there wondering what if.
I love that. Thank you so much. The next question is, studies have shown that over 60% of our daily activities are determined by our habits. So what is one habit that has helped you become successful in this business?
Oh gosh, just one.
You know what? Share away. Honestly, share away.
Well, I'm going to just share like a couple that really help. So one is personal development first and foremost, you guys. If you have the right mindset, you can do anything you want in this life, whether that's Monet or anything else. So you always have to put personal development at the top of your list every single day and at least get 15 minutes of it in. The other thing that really helps is staying organized. One thing I always coach our team on is to plan out your days a day in advance. So before I go to bed at night, I'm already planning out my next day. So when I wake up, I'm not sitting there, oh gosh, what am I going to do today? I have everything ready to go in order so that I can use my time most effectively. Because if some of you who are watching are probably still working a corporate job, and I built this business while I was working a corporate job, plus you have kids and their activities and all these things, right? We're all super busy. But if you just make your list and you have a schedule and you wake up in the morning and know exactly what your day is going to look like, I mean, give or take a little bit, but that helps you stay on track and it helps you accomplish a lot more than you would otherwise too.
Thank you. That's awesome. And yes, you're so right. Planning the night before is so, so helpful. I know we do that and get ready for a power hour the next day. It's just so great to plan content and your to-do. Just helps keep it more relaxed and exciting because we have fun in this business, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that's it for questions for me. I would love to turn it over to Aaron so that he can ask maybe some questions he has and share a little bit about his story and wrap it up here. Go ahead, Aaron.
First, I want to say thanks so much, Mandy. And people don't realize this. Mandy is someone, and I don't know how old your baby was in March, but young. And it was on the brink of COVID lockdown.
Don't cry, because you're gonna make me cry.
She drove from her home about 5 or 6 hours away and came to Roxy's service. And there's something I wanted to say about the culture of this company is something that's incredible. The people that you meet in this company, we don't hate each other. We support and love each other. And whether you're in the upline or downline or sideline, we have a culture of caring and sharing and doing everything possible to help other people in the business. And to be fair, it was one of my wife's little nuggets that she left on her computer, which was, how do I make the most impact to people's lives? And that's how she lived her life. And that's what we do in this company. The culture is one that we are going to, especially in times like this, like why would you want to join Monat now? We're 6 years into Monat. We are in a crisis of shutdown, and it might happen again. And we've had a crazy election and all kinds of craziness going on still. And the world's in this funky place. But the thing that's constant about it at the end of the day is that we have an essential product that we make for people, and they want to be able to get it safely delivered to their homes. They want it to be safe, a safe product for them. And that is the essence of one of the parts of why we exist. We want to make naturally based, safe products backed by science that actually work. And that's been like the cornerstone of this company. And then you look and say, but you've been around 6 years. I must be getting it way too late. And even today, I think we reached out to somebody. Oh yeah, my brother was reaching out to somebody, and he goes, and he said, "Oh well, I'm using my new Monat Wellness." And she goes, "What's Monat?" And this woman is in network marketing. She's in Mary Kay, and it was just like, it just goes to show there are, I'm gonna say, 1 million VIP customers, a couple 100,000 market partners in the countries that we are in. We are in 5 countries right now. We would have been 5 more if it wasn't for COVID. That kind of gummed up the works for being able to launch more stuff. But what it did with the 5 countries, that's 1 million customers is less than 1% of the population of all those countries. And if you've been in the US, 1% makes a difference this week anyways, with this election and all the craziness going on. And so you can see what 1% means. It's almost nothing. And so when you reach out there, you go, man, this is in the ground floor. And this company invests in itself. They didn't stop just at hair care. So they had a lot of pressure from the market partners going, I don't want to be a skincare company too, and all of this. And they said, we are going to be a healthy aging company. And that's what they wanted to do for all of us. And so then they created a healthy aging skincare line. And again, they just knocked it out of the park, because I'm telling you, all the market partners, my wife included, went to their room, and the senior executive directors were able to get a free sample of it in their rooms when we went to Monations right before it was announced. And they all tried it and they go, oh my gosh, Monat has done it again. And we were shocked. And everybody instantly said yes. And we sold tons. And then Monat came back this year with a plan that we wanted to be beautiful inside and out. And so now we've entered the healthy aging wellness market with an amazing line. We did $10 million in a day, but that is the start of what's happening. This month and the rest of this quarter is the busiest quarter for a company like ours. If you got into this business, you have the opportunity through Smart Start to make an amazing amount of money, making an amazing amount of friendships, the whole 9 yards. And it takes work. I'm going to tell you that the way to do it is very, very simple. We've got a bunch of leaders here on the call that are going to teach you how to do it super simple. We're going to say, reach out to people. Here's the 5 things you do every day. Very simple. Just do that every day. That's all you got to do. But it takes work, and you have to do it every day, and you have to continue to do it. And sometimes somebody will say no. But in our hearts, and the only reason that I even do these calls and share this message with everybody is because right here in my heart, it's about, I care enough to want you to have the best hair that you want, if that's what you want, the best skin that you want. And I've seen these pictures of a woman that shows her son, and her son's got horrible acne. He's 16 years old. You know, when people went to school, I can imagine how hard it would have been on him. You know this, right? Everybody knows this. And three weeks later, using the Monat Balance line, this kid just looks like everybody else. And they were doing medical doctors and all kinds of stuff, and it was just getting healthy, naturally based products, vegan, gluten-free, the whole 9 yards, on him, and it cleared up his skin. And I saw his mom's face, and I saw his face, and you know that changed that kid's life. And that's why I do this, because I know somewhere somebody needs that. They might need the skincare and they might need the wellness, which I'm fine. I'm in love with the wellness personally. I got to be honest with you. It has become something, and I know I've done every wellness known to man, and I'd try it the first day, second day, I'd hate it, and it never worked. I never felt any different, so I stopped using it. This stuff I haven't stopped using from the day I got it. And I'm paranoid if it gets close to half a bottle left. So I start ordering more. I don't want to tell you guys, you'll be mad, especially my Canadian friends will be so mad if they know how much wellness I have stocked up. I plan to give it on gift as gifts as well. But so that's kind of about the business, but why in these times, right? It's so hard and difficult. People are losing their jobs. It's really possible to take the risk in whatever you're going to do for your life. And the reason we call it Discover Your Next Chapter, because at some point, COVID has decided, your boss has decided, the government has decided you can't come to work. You got to sit at home, stay safe. And by the all means, please stay safe, wear your mask, the whole 9 yards. But at the end of the day, somebody's telling you how you're going to raise your family over the next 6 months. How are you going to pay your mortgage over the next 6 months, or not pay your mortgage over the next 6 months? And that can't happen. And for people who were fortunate to be in Monet, and the reason that Monet's business has doubled since COVID started is because people are saying, I need to do something about the future of my family's life. And so we go out of our way to say, how can we help? And that's all we're doing here today. And I'm telling you right now, regardless of what you do, regardless of why you join the call, if you're just listening, you go, whatever, or you love the products, great, keep loving the products. But somewhere in your life, put it in the back of your head, what if it happens to me? How do I control the next chapter of my family's life? And that's what I'm asking you guys to do. And Nicole's salon was closed for 10 weeks. What would she have done? She would have been out, her family would have been starving. In fact, there were people who were starving, and I know that I was doing well with Monet, and I offered, hey, who needs food to eat tonight? And I sent 2 meals out via Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever, somewhere in the country to feed a family. And I did it, I surprised them and did it the next day too. And so I was in a position to do that, but that's what this is about. My wife joined this business in the early days, right there with Mandy. And she worked really hard. Believe me, she worked super hard. And I did everything I could possibly do to keep her as happy as she could be while she's working crazy hours. And she was passionate about it. She was helping people and she loved it. And she grew to the top of the comp plan. And about 2.5 years ago, she retired me from my corporate executive level job. I was making real money, guys. I did it for years. I was making real money, but I got fired at one point. We were at a house in foreclosure, and it's really difficult to get out of that hole. Monet started to get that out of the hole for us. And eventually she doubled my salary. And we're living this really complicated life between a dream home we built in Canada, which we hated to leave, and an apartment we rented in the US so we could always come back and forth, and Roxy could spoil her grandkids, and that's what she wanted. So we made the decision that if they wouldn't let me work from home, we'd sell the house. As soon as it sold, I'd quit my job and I'd come back to Illinois. And it sold in 24 hours. It was a total sign. And there we go. We left Canada. We bought as close to our dream house as we could back in the States. And I spent the next 2 years loving on my wife as my full-time job. I could have went and worked 60, 70 hours a week working on some meaningless app. But instead, Monet had given us the flexibility and the freedom in our lives to help our own chapter of our life, such that we could live our best lives, where I spoiled Roxy, I helped her business, I loved on the grandkids, I tolerated my kids. Sorry, Britt. No, I love my kids too, but it's all about the grandkids when you have grandkids. Sorry to drop it to your moms out there. You'll know what I'm talking about in years to come. But it really, it all came to head about 7 months ago now, where, Roxy went down for a nap and didn't wake up. And I I got such an outpouring from thousands and thousands of people that just said Roxy was they were her special person, they believed, because she just loved people and cared for people, and she made that part of her mantra. And it's really what's driven me ever since, that I'll do anything I can to help people with their lives, whether it's great hair, great wellness, great skincare, getting food on the table, living a dream that takes control of your life, stops you from working as the greeter at Walmart or whatever hate job you just can't stand doing, whatever it is, or that job that just never is going to recognize you for your self-worth, and I was in those jobs where you worked, 80 hours a week next to the schlub working 9:10 to 3:30, really looking at the clock starting at 3:30. And that guy got a 1% raise less than I did when I worked 70 hours a week. And it's just, you got to take control of your own life. And that's what this is all about. And that's why I'm sharing. And the fundamental thing that Monet gave me in my life is that 2 years with my wife, that, they were amazing. And now I'm trying to give back to everybody. And so if you hear me harp about how can I help you, that's what I'm trying to do. It's only to help you guys. And so I'm asking you guys, if you have anything that I've connected with here, or Mandy's connected with, and you guys have an interest to find out more, to find out how you can get involved, to find out maybe how you can learn to control your own next chapter, reach out to the person that invited you, ask for more information. They're willing to help you take the next step. And you've got a bunch of people on this phone who are going to be right there with you, helping to mentor and support you. So that's what I had tonight, Brandy.
Thank you so much, Aaron. It never gets old, I tell you. I love hearing you close this out. And Mandy, thank you so much for sharing your story and answering some questions for us. I just want to wrap it up by just tagging along with what Aaron said. So those of you that were on last week, I shared that my husband lost his job unexpectedly. And if I did not have this business, I would have been super stressed. I mean, what were we to do? Now, thankfully, my husband got a job as quick as Tuesday the following week. However, my point of sharing this with you is that you just don't know. Right now, during these times, like Aaron said, what is the plan? What is a plan B? Have you even thought of that? So just take some time to think about that, and absolutely go back to the market partner that invited you and ask all and every question you have that is holding you back. The best decision I made over 5 years ago was saying yes to Roxy on the phone when all I wanted was shampoo. This business has changed our lives as a family. I achieved the time freedom to be home with my babies and raise them for the last 5 years at home. I guess it would be 4 years because that was 2016. And whatever your why is, this business can bring that for you. And do know that you, like Mandy, like Aaron said, the culture within our company is unlike anything I have been a part of. You will make the best of friends, and you will have so much support in your business journey. So that's it. We are going to do some prizes. If you are a guest and you have not already commented in the chat, excuse me, if you could please.
Brandy, are there some people in the waiting room again?
Nope.
No, okay.
Nope, everybody's here. All right, so if you haven't put your name in the chat and you are a guest, please put your name in now. I'm going to just go over who I have. So Lee, okay. Okay, so I have, my setup's a little bit different tonight. You'll see in a second. I'm just gonna add the couple names here. Oh man, I look forward to these calls every single week. They're absolutely amazing. I love all the stories. I love our leadership. It's just phenomenal. Does anyone have any questions while we're just getting some guests Yeah, I have Cindy. Stephanie. All right, so here is who I have. Just scroll up to the top here. I have Suzanne Lacrosse, Carol B. Yeah, Jen Joseph, Savarina, I think I pronounced that right. Alicia S, Sharon Holiday, Rosalise Martinez, Natalie M, Denise H, Cindy G, Rena, Carrie D, Sue Lee, Anna Marie, Pamela, Stephanie B. So let me just go check the last. So Pamela E. Okay, yep, I have Pamela and I have Carol. Okay. I think we are good, guys. So we are
No, we're missing one. We're
Ashley.
No, Cindy Amelie.
Okay, so there's two Cindys.
I wrote it in the chat. There's a Cindy Amelie Galland.
Yeah, I have her.
I'm here. Oh, okay, good. Sorry.
I have Cindy
Schmidt.
and Ashley. Thank you. Okay, everyone. We are going to get started on the draw. We are giving away a thermal shield. That's our heat protectant. And we are giving away a frizz fix. So I'm just going to turn my camera around here. All right. I'm going to shuffle the names. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everybody. So we'll do the thermal shield first. Ashley, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, I'm going to shuffle again. And here we go, frizz fix. All right, we have, I think it's Rosalise.
Oh, no, I think Hi, thank you.
Okay, so winners, if you could please message the market partner that invited you here so they can pass forward your address and we can ship out your prize. With the Christmas and COVID right now, it may be a bit delayed, but you will get it. Thank you again so much to everybody. And I hope you have a fabulous week. Can't wait to see you Sunday. We have a call Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is 8 p.m. Central time with Brittany, Patty, and Monty. And then we have ours next Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Mandy, so much for coming on and doing this with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.